Happy Friday, Zinger Nation. What is up, everyone? This is Moon or Bust, your home for all things altcoins and DeFi. My name is Logan Ross, and I want to welcome you all to the show. We have a super special episode today. We will be talking to SuperBid. It's going to be crazy. So drop a like, get hype in the chat, and we are going to get the show started. So without further ado, the DeFi developer, Brian Moir. How you doing today?
Good, man. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you. And Liquidation Nation, Ryan McNamara.
How's it going?
I'm doing great. Thank you, guys. I'm excited to get the show going today. So we will be doing a quick market update. We're going to be going over one or two of your coins in the Moon or Bust segment, and then we're going to get right into the stake, right into the fillet, the SuperBid interview with Max. So get hype. And smash the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the Benzinga Crypto YouTube channel. Right now, you're on the Benzinga channel, but we started a crypto-only channel. So if that's what you're interested in, go down to the description below, open up that crypto channel in a new tab, subscribe, and then come right back. And also, you can see our Twitter handles in our names. Hit us up if you have any questions or you want to talk DeFi, crypto. We'd always be happy to chat on Twitter. Quick market update. Let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the New York Bitcoin ban. People are saying that Bitcoin mining is banned in New York, but that's not quite the case yet. So far, there was a bill that was proposed. It was passed in the Senate, but the only way they were able to pass it in the Senate was by changing it so that renewable energy, renewable mining is still allowed. So the only Bitcoin mining that will be banned by this proposal, if it does continue to pass and gets approved by the mayor or the Governor Cuomo, will be like a fossil fuel carbon-based mining. So that is a bunch of a couple of misconceptions that I wanted to clear up that I've been seeing online a lot lately. And yeah, that's really the big news of the day. So I'm going to pull up my coin market cap and let's talk about some prices, some price movements really quickly, and then we'll throw it over to you guys and we'll get your picks. So there's a couple that I've been looking at today and over the past week. We've highlighted them a little bit previously, but those are Chainlink. Chainlink is looking like a steal at $22. Polygon is looking like a steal at $131. ICP is at $63. This is blowing my mind. During the first leg of the bull run this market cycle, we saw ICP go up to like $700. It was like $750 on some exchanges. On Coinbase, it was up in the 750 levels. So it's down by over 90% now. This is a huge steal, good deal alert in my book. I have been accumulating this pretty heavily over the past couple of days. How about you guys? I'm going to toss it over to you, Ryan. What have you been looking at anything? Have you been picking up anything?
Yeah, I've been very interested in all the DeFi coins lately. A lot of them are at heavy discounts from their all-time highs. Things like Aave, Matic, Sushi, and Link. Like you mentioned, ICP I think is a great deal right now. I'm looking to pick even more ICP up as soon as I can at $64. I think one of the reasons that it's so volatile is because this is the first market cycle for ICP. So we're going to see a lot of volatility with it, but that doesn't mean we can't make high returns off of it. Something else I see with ICP is they don't really have quite a big ecosystem out there yet. So it's definitely driven by a lot of speculative value, which is probably why it's down 90% right now. But I'm still bullish on ICP, and I'm definitely going to be picking more up in the near future.
Yeah, and this is ICP's first market cycle, so they do have the potential for some crazy percentage swings and some crazy ROI. If you just look at Bitcoin's first market cycle compared to the previous ones, the ROI is diminishing across each one. So ICP being in their first market cycle is something to keep in mind, to look out for if you're looking for those huge ROIs. Now, there's also a little bit more risk involved, but this looks like a pretty solid fundamental project. So most definitely one to keep your eyes on. How about you, Brian?
Yeah, I think we've been talking about ICP for, ever since the show started, when it first was listed. And when it first got listed, the price does make sense because it was, you do always have the best bedhead.
It's called style. Look it up.
And even my dad is watching. He's in the ICU right now with the same sickness I have, I think. But he's doing all right, just so everyone knows. But he's in here giving us some support. But ICU is, ICP is one of the best projects, I think. If they do everything they're going to say they're going to do, and it looks like they're already on their way, it's going to be a huge, huge, huge project.
Mhm.
I think that the price does make sense for what it is. I think it's healthy to have this pullback, especially with the huge bull run that just happened. I think this is normal, and I think that we're going to see some really big returns on ICP in the future. I think it's a long-term hold. I think if you hold on to it and wait with it, just like Ethereum, just like any coin project that you have faith in, it will have great returns on it.
Definitely. So we have a question from the chat here from Fast Eddie. Do you see a bottom for Ethereum for support looking long and bullish? Now, I am not Neil. This is not get technical, but I can see a triangle right here. So I am optimistically cautious. We're either going to get a better buying opportunity or some gains. So I'm starting to accumulate a little bit at this point, just in case it does go up. But either way, I'm looking for some bullish or bearish confirmation before I put the rest of my rainy day fund into ETH or into the space. That's my personal plan. You guys have any other comments on that?
We would need the like trading view chart to bring up all the indicators and stuff like that to really get deep into if this is if we see a bottom. I don't, from just this chart right here, I can't really tell you what the bottom is. I think that we will see, the closer we get to the layer 2 solutions rolling out, the layer 2 projects and all this stuff, we're going to see a little bit more of a rise. Until then, I think we're going to see either a sideways or downward momentum until we get some more confirmation and more projects that actually are viable and do things. Polygon is a huge thing for this, and once it gets fully launched and out there, I think we'll be good to go. Same with Arbitrum. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I agree with what both of you guys said. Personally, I think Ethereum probably has seen its bottom. Of course, it depends on what Bitcoin does. But the reason I say that is just because we saw such fast downward movement with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and now we've really leveled out and we're moving sideways. So I think that downward momentum has stopped, and hopefully we'll see a reversal here soon. But it still is a little bit early to tell for sure.
Most definitely. So let's hear, what are you guys looking at? Let's switch it over to Moon or Bust. So if you guys don't know, this is the DeFi cryptocurrency segment for you guys. This is where you drop tickers in the chat. You drop your crypto projects that you're looking at, your coins, whatever market cap size they are. We'll take a look. We'll pull them up. Obviously, we're not going to know all 10,000 cryptocurrencies that are out there, even more than that. But this is just to show you how we approach looking at these projects, and hopefully you can learn something from it. So drop the tickers in the chat. I'm going to roll the clip. Let's get it going. Hell yeah. All right. So you guys see anything in the chat you want to talk about? We got AMP. AMP is recently.
Yeah, I think we should talk about AMP.
Yes. Okay. So if you guys don't have a Coinbase, there's a link in the description below where you can get $10 sign up bonus, and you can get AMP, this coin that we are about to talk about now. So this is the 38th biggest coin by market cap. There is about $2.8 billion of market cap and $42 billion of circulating supply. So if we just take a look at this all-time chart, it's been listed on CoinMarketCap since September of last year, and it has been doing a little, it's been going up pretty steadily, pretty consistently since then, and even since the drop, it is looking really good. I'm not too familiar with this project. Either of you guys, can you tell us more about it?
No, I can't.
Okay, so we'll just go.
Yeah, I'm also not too familiar with the project.
We will go down into the CoinMarketCap description then. So AMP is described as a new digital collateral token offering instant verifiable assurances for any kind of value transfer. AMP claims to offer a straightforward but versatile interface for verifiable collateralization through a system of collateral partitions and collateral managers. That is a bunch of buzzwords, if you ask me, but it looks like they are offering some new type of blockchain loans. Maybe this is something kind of close to flash loans. We'll have to take a look into this and come back to it more in the future. But because it is on Coinbase, Coinbase often vets their projects pretty heavily before adding them. So that does automatically off the bat give it a little bit of validity in my opinion. And the technicals are looking great on this as well. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it looks like one of the kind of, I guess, kind of like a flash loan company or project that we talked about last time. What was that flash loan one we talked about? Does anybody
Wasn't Ampleforth, was it?
No, it was not Balancer, but the other one.
Does it start with a B? Is it Bancor?
No. We'll move on, but it does look like, I mean, if it's on Coinbase, it's definitely vetted. It definitely has a lot of potential, and they have done a whole lot in order to get on Coinbase, and Coinbase has done a whole lot of research on them because they're not going to put just any project like, let's say, like Whitebit or Tiger would. So it's a pretty big deal if you get on Coinbase. They think that you're viable, and it should be trusted, in my opinion. I don't see any reason for this not to be a solid project. Even if it's like some other ones, I can see it just being a pretty, it will only be viable for longevity.
So you're giving it a moon then?
Yeah, I'll definitely give it. If it's on Coinbase and it's like those other ones, I'll give it a moon.
I'm giving it a moon as well.
I'll give it the third moon then. We got 3.
Awesome. 3 moons for AMP. I am amped to see where this one goes in the future. And I'm also amped for the next coin we're going to be talking about, FEG. So this is Feed Every Gorilla.
I have a quick note on AMP, actually, Logan.
Okay, hit us.
For the viewers, you guys can earn free AMP on Coinbase or Coinbase Earn. They're giving it away.
Oh, really? How much?
Yeah. I think it's $3, $1 per question. But hey,
that's free. I'll take all the free crypto.
That's $30, right?
And you'll learn what it is too.
Especially if you're bullish on this, that reward could be worth 10x in the future. Who knows?
Oh, absolutely. The first time I signed up with Coinbase, there's only about 4 coins that you could earn. That initial $30 was worth, like, I think $120 by the time I started investing back into crypto. So like I earned like $30 and it went all the way up to about 120. Like nothing. I didn't do anything besides.
Yeah, so the sooner the better. Hop on that. I just dropped the link in the chat for everyone, so you can go get some AMP for free. You can also get 10 extra bucks for signing up with that link. So FEG token, Ryan, you wrote an article about this one. Can you tell us something about it?
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about it. It's a ERC20 token. It's on Ethereum's network. It kind of resembles Binance Smart Chain tokens, actually. It's a very, very high supply coin, and that's why the price per coin is so low, similar to Binance Smart Chain tokens. I'm pretty sure they have a burning mechanism with it. And here you can see on the website, Feed Every Gorilla. It's basically just a meme coin, really. I think they do have a charity involved, but there is definitely hype behind it.
And you can buy this on Uniswap and PancakeSwap, which is something that I thought was interesting about the coin. So it must have a version on both chains.
They do. See, you can actually see those. You can see the tokenomics on the website right there underneath that gorilla.
Yep.
Which is kind of interesting. You can see that on Ethereum, 58 quadrillion have been burned and 56 on Binance Smart Chain. So pretty similar statistics, but it's interesting that they launched on both networks.
Yeah, definitely. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, 2 separate coins too. I mean, this is a pretty cool project, and hopefully we can even get them on the show. If you're a part of the FEG community,
yeah, definitely
blow them up, tweet at them, let us know, and try to get them on the show. We'll do the same, because I think it'd be very interesting to talk with them, how they have the 2 separate coins. I like the project, and I think it'd be I'd give it a moon personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a satellite just because it is a meme coin. But I do think it is pretty unique and pretty cool. So I'm gonna give it a satellite. That's like a halfway point between a moon and a bust.
Can I see the chart before I give my verdict?
Yes, most definitely, right here.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I'll give it a moon, so we can give it a moon.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, who really knows?
I like that it's different than all the other Binance Smart Chain DeFi tokens that we see because they do have the Ethereum aspect. So I think that it would be, it's just so interesting, and they're unique, unlike a lot of these other ones where they're unique in the sense of the charity they're given to, or they're unique in the sense of what they're goal is, but these guys actually
Right.
have something fully on unique.
Right.
I definitely like how they're on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, but it also kind of seems like a money grab because they have two separate supplies, one on Binance Smart Chain, one on Ethereum.
Yeah.
I would think that they would want to have some type of like bridging where it's one supply and you can choose which network it's on instead of having two separate supplies.
And they might have, I mean, they might have something like that because there is that ability to do so too. So in the future they could have it, or they could have it right now. I'm not 100% certain. We need them to come on and tell us all about it.
Yeah,
Right.
you hear that, Feg team? Come on, come talk to us. We'd be happy to have you on Moon or Bust. We did just give you a moon after all, so come talk to us about your project. We'd love to learn more. I think we have time for one more before we get to what you guys came for, the SuperBid interview. So last but not least, the last Moon or Bust coin we're going to talk about today is the Curve DAO token. This one is pretty big. It's pretty high up there. It's the 90th. Actually, wow, I'm surprised. I thought that it was going to be a little bit higher than 90th. I just picked some of this up myself this week. I am pretty bullish on this, and it is at a good deal right now. This chart doesn't really make the most sense to me. It launched is around $31. Dropped down to like 70 cents, and then throughout the exciting part of the bull run was pretty stable, pretty flat around $3. But now it's even further discounted, and I'm interested to see what this project has to do in the future. I know they're adding some automated market making, and they're trying to compete with Uniswap. And yeah, I think they are offering some unique features and properties as well. But it does get pretty complicated into some pretty complex math that is way above my head. So would you guys have any thoughts on this project?
I like it. I agree with everything you said. It has a automated market maker for stable coins.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like those other ones that we've talked about in a sense, where like Balancer or Ampleforth, and that kind of it moves with the flow of the volatility in crypto. So your investment is pretty safe in the best sense of the term. I don't really have the exact details on it, and Ryan might, but I do like it a whole lot.
Yeah, I really like Curve too. It's a very important cryptocurrency within the DeFi ecosystem, and it is pretty surprising. It's only the 90th largest by market cap. That surprises me too, but that just has to do with the utility of the token, which hopefully with Curve V2 there will be more utility with it. I like their user interface too. It's kind of cool how it's like retro, even though it's so cutting edge.
Like a Windows machine. You guys might be too young to see this kind of Windows.
What's Windows?
Yeah, right. Like 95.
So this was one of the first DeFi platforms to actually come out with an operating product where you could yield farm on. And this is one of the projects that really boosted DeFi summer last year, and they've been developing ever since. So I am very bullish on this, and I will be giving it a moon, especially with Curve V2 coming out. Even though no one really understands how Curve V2 works, you have to have like a 300 IQ to really understand it. But nonetheless, I trust the team, and I think they're going to do big things.
Most definitely. And this is listed on Coinbase. You can get your hands on it pretty easily. Like we said before, if Coinbase trusts them, then there must be something good going on behind the scenes. I'm going to give this one a moon as well.
I will too. And like someone just said, yields are good on Curve, and they're right. It's a good yield farming ERC20 token, and has all this. It's a lot of flavor to it. I definitely give it a moon.
Hell yeah. All righty. That is an official moon for Curve. I am going to take my my screen off, and we're going to bring on some exciting guests today. If you guys don't know about SuperBid, you need to move out of the rock that you're currently living under and move into the modern world, because SuperBid is the future of influencer marketing and NFTs. The whole crypto space and influencers are combining into this one big platform. So we are lucky to have them on stream today. We have our very own Ben London, who works here at Benzinga. He was able to connect us with Max from SuperBid. So Ben, how are you doing today? Before I bring Max on, I just want to see how you're doing.
Doing great. What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, we're super excited.
Sweet. Yeah, I just wanted to join, show off my SuperBid merch here. And yeah, I'm really excited for this interview.
Hell yeah. So could you introduce Max for us?
Yeah. So Max is the COO, Chief Operating Officer, soon to be appointed to CEO, if I'm not mistaken, of SuperBid. And yeah, they're listed on plenty of exchanges. And yeah, he's a super hardworking dude, and it's a very cool project. So I'm excited for him to provide more information on it.
Hell yeah. Max, how you doing today? Welcome.
Yeah. I'm good, brothers. How are you?
I'm doing great. I love those hats. You're going to have to send me one.
Yeah,
yeah, sure, bro. I'll send this one to you.
Hell yeah. So we saw you, we knew about you before, but we saw you on Logan Paul's boxing shorts this weekend. That was pretty crazy. So we want to hear about you, Max, and your background. But before we get into any of that, could you talk to us about that event? I know you were there on the floor. What was that experience like? And how is it feeling to see your company, your project, really in the mainstream, in the real world, doing these crazy, incredible things?
That whole experience, as exciting as it was very defining for me and this project. Because when we were in New York City displaying our promotions on Times Square in the world's most iconic billboard, when we were in Miami at this fight on the floor, I realized that people were coming to us. People started walking up to us. For the past 3 months, it's been the other way around. And I know that there's a good balance that you need to find between calls, cold emails, and people coming to you. But when we were there, we almost crystallized ourselves as a company. We crystallized ourselves as legitimate players, not only in the crypto space, but also in this whole space of influencer connections and social media, just because of the attitude that I was receiving from the entire event as a whole. And in fact, we did go out with lots of influential people, some celebrities, and people even after the fight who saw us on Logan Paul's shorts started hitting us up. People with a couple million followers started hitting us up. So we basically opened the doors with that event. And I'm super pleased with it. I got to go with Ben. I got to go with, some people in my family, some community members. And overall, it was just one of the most defining experiences probably of my life. Another thing that I realized is that sometimes this space can be toxic, not just crypto, but also the influencer space. Mm-hmm. And, you see a lot of people flashing things and wearing nice clothes and driving fancy cars. And I don't think that you need that to stand out. And I realized that on this weekend, that I will never change, that SuperBid will never change, that our goals will never change based on fame, money, wealth, however big that we grow one day. We're just keeping our mind on the vision and just executing.
That is so important. And I know I saw Jake Paul wearing 2 Richard Meals fully iced out, looking like a fool. He probably doesn't even know how to read the time. So I'm happy to hear that you guys are focused, laser focused on your goals, locked in. That is what we like to see from our crypto projects. And that's what I like to invest. Those are the type of projects that I personally like to invest in. The ones that have the strong fundamentals, the strong teams who are really passionate about what they do. So hell yeah, Flex Forum. So Max, can you tell us about your background in crypto? What got you into the space? And then maybe a little bit of history about SuperBid as well.
Definitely. So I've been a crypto investor for the past 5 or 6 years. I know it's cool. Everyone says that. But I didn't know what I was doing when I first started. I was losing money left and right. Crypto was going up, but it was also going down very hard. So in 2018, I felt that hit. And it was the first time that I'd ever experienced such a twist in like the amount of money I had versus the amount of money that, I ended up with. And that was a shock to me, but it almost conditioned me so that I no longer care about those fluctuations. I'm so much more interested in where this space is going over the next 5 or 10 years. So as I progress throughout the past 5 years, I've just been trying to find really legitimate products with good fundamentals, like you said, with a good solid team, with a good concept, and basically put my trust in them. If you're a crypto investor, you're much more risk averse than a regular, normal investor in the stock market sometimes. So I decide to invest in projects that I really believe in. That's basically how I became, interested in crypto. I started this past year because of COVID, joining various Telegram groups and actually actively getting involved in learning more about these projects. So not learning on Twitter, not learning on Reddit, not learning through a website, which could be fake, but actually trying to reach out to the moderators, trying to get in touch with who was running the project, and then actually jumping on a call with them or, messaging them and trying to figure out what the fundamentals of the project were. In some cases, I was helping define what those fundamentals were. So I realized that I, potentially had this skill to just like relate to people, and especially in the crypto space, because it's a passion of mine. So when I saw SuperBid, one of my cousins connected me with that project. I joined their Telegram. I realized that this was like a true utilitarian token that could withstand any sort of market fluctuations, right? Because the idea is, as long as there's demand for auctions on the app, there is demand for the token which is used in the app. So I loved that whole concept. I loved the idea. And what's more is that when I joined, I thought that the CEO and CTO were completely fake people. I thought everyone in the project was fake because I'm just conditioned to be skeptical. I ended up jumping on a call with the CEO and CTO. We built a relationship like that. And these people I'm working with every day now. We have a whole team in Poland, about 20 people, members that are dedicated to SuperBid. And I haven't actually been with them in person, but I feel this crazy connection to them just because of COVID. I can't fly out there. It's not a lot. So we're working on, me making my way out there, but I felt this real connection with these people. And I felt that the drive that they had was similar to the drive that I have. It's like this organized chaos, right? It's not super structured. I used to work at Boeing in defense for the Air Force. And I was a systems engineer, very structured job. And I was all about fighting fires and wanting to get involved in random stuff. I even asked them if I could help incorporate some blockchain technology or think about how blockchain could benefit supply chain. But of course, that didn't happen.
You're ahead of the time.
Maybe. And now, I found out just 6 months ago they released information about how they're doing blockchain work now. So that was, it's cool to see that large corporations are getting involved, but the point of my story is that I have like an organized mind, right? Like I like to execute things logically, but there's also this balance that you need to find with like the perfect amount of chaos, because that's how you continuously move forward, continuously progress. And I saw that in this team with my team members, especially Kinga, Noak, Jacob Rielko, and then the CEO and CTO. And I just realized like, this is what I've been looking for. This is what I need. So I quit my job and I've been doing this for the past 3 months. I think it feels like 7 years, but I'm here and we're growing and we got on Logan Paul's shorts and literally the only way is up for us.
That's so
3
crazy.
months is 7 years in the crypto industry, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Longer.
But that's awesome, Max. Thanks for that. So for those who don't know anything about SuperBid, can you tell us a little bit about the history of the company?
Yes. So our CEO and CTO actually founded a company, a software house to develop products for different companies in Silicon Valley, companies in Europe, and they would basically build apps for them or websites for them. They saw the crypto space as an area to actually business in. So what they decided to do was create SuperBid. SuperBid was essentially created because our CEO saw that there was this immense gap between connection with influencers and their fans. And the whole point of the app is to actually connect people with legitimate experiences, legitimate products, legitimate, NFTs, and also allow them to have this socially engaging session with them. So it's not just this regular auction house. What we saw was, people would go on Instagram, for example, and if you're an influencer, they would actually go on a live stream and start walking around their room and say, hey, I want to auction off my AirPods case. Like, who wants it? And there was no actual central place that could facilitate those transactions or those connections from influencers and their fans that actually wanted to acquire their assets. So that's where the idea originated. And we realized like, okay, we can implement cryptocurrency like an in-game currency. So it's not just this, currency, which is a stable price. We have the added layer of fun, which is volatility of the token itself. So people are going to be buying it. People are going to be selling it when they think is the right time. And it's this whole like psychologically dynamic thing that we're generating that's not one-dimensional like social media currently is.
That's awesome. So you mentioned that a bunch of influencers are reaching out to you after you did this promo. If you have any cool names you want to drop, that would be awesome. I'm sure our audience would love to hear them. But I'm curious, if you have one dream partner influencer that you could add to the platform, who would it be? Anyone in the world? Who would it be and why?
That's such a tough question. I mean, I have my own personal desires, but I think if we could get Justin Bieber,
yeah,
we would be set.
That would be
I mean,
huge.
he has,
I think that's possible with what you guys have done already, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I do too. I mean, I think it is too, but who knows? I just know that he is he's probably the number one influencer in the world in terms of engagement. People love him. And everything that he does, everything that he releases is super exclusive. So I feel like it can generate like a ton of engagement from our users on the app, and people will just be totally obsessed with that. And it fits in line with like our whole vision of attracting users that want to connect with their idols. And Justin Bieber for me is like the pivotal influencer idol.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you add him to your team, I think it will be in retrospect it will be inevitable.
I love that.
I think you
Guys,
guys
I'm gonna jump off. But good luck with
See
the
you,
rest of the
Ben.
interview.
Have a good one.
All right. See you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben. Bye.
So Max, can you tell us a little bit more about how the NFT movement and how it's basically used on SuperBid? Because I know you guys sell experiences, but you also sell other things as auctions, correct?
Yes. So if an influencer wants to mint an NFT and sell it or auction it through SuperBid, they will have the ability to do so once we have the app. It's obviously not our primary market. It's just something that's a part of our entire ecosystem, because we're doing experiences, yes, we're doing products too, and we're also doing NFTs. You can actually combine all of those three in a single auction to make it super cool. So for example, if Justin Bieber joined us, we could do an experience with him where he's flying out to someone's house and he's singing Baby to them, and he's also gonna like give them a hat, and then he's gonna mint an NFT of the entire experience. So we're gonna create a video and he's gonna put that on SuperBid, and then he can auction that off as well. So it's super dynamic, super fun. That's the whole point of the app, is just to make it like the most fun thing ever for users to actually want to check it. Similar to Instagram, you just want to check it. You know, with SuperBid, we just want people to check it, just mindlessly check it, because it's cool and because we have sweet influencers. So while we are partnering with these major guys like Logan Paul, and I was just about to slip another name, which I can't reveal yet. But at 5 o'clock, we're doing a live stream where I am going to be giving more info on that and also updating everyone on what we're doing. So we have, Logan Paul, we have another huge influencer, and by partnering with them and making them our ambassadors, we're almost setting ourselves up for success, because we have access to all these potential users. And
where can we find the app?
Yeah, where can we find that live stream?
Check our Twitter.
Okay.
It should be the first. It should be the first post on our Twitter.
You guys were in sync,
right?
Yeah, great minds think alike.
That's what they
You guys
say.
should definitely join.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll have to. We'll drop a link. We'll retweet it on Twitter so everyone can go follow along with that for sure. So I think Brian has the next question.
Yeah. So SuperBid is a Ethereum-based token, so I would assume an ERC20, but
yes.
So you can buy it on Uniswap. Can you tell us a little bit about like why you went that route instead of like the classic BP20 route? Or I'm assuming it was done on purpose, and I like that, by the way. But like, why you picked that protocol?
So there are thousands of decentralized applications built on Ethereum. There are other blockchains like Matic, for example, where you can buy tokens through QuickSwap, but there's very low liquidity there. So the amount of people that would actually recognize our project and want to be a part of it is low compared to being on the Ethereum blockchain. So that was one of the reasons why we chose Ethereum, is because it's the second largest market cap coin. It's a great way to get exposure. Once you're listed, it's like everyone knows. So that's one reason. Second reason why we chose Ethereum over BSC, for example, is because BSC isn't actually decentralized. BSC is controlled by Binance, Binance can do whatever they want with that blockchain.
Yep.
They're only running a few set of nodes that they can shut down whenever they want. So in the true nature of decentralization in cryptocurrency, we didn't want to do that. So we chose Ethereum. And if there's ever a time where we want to fully integrate our token with the blockchain on the app, we're probably not going to go with Ethereum unless we have Ethereum 2.0 by the time that we do release that functionality. So we'll just look for a different blockchain that can help us solve those like fast transaction or slow transaction times, high transaction costs, all those problems we're thinking about solving through, either integrating with a separate blockchain or we can just stick with Ethereum.
Well, have you considered implementing any layer 2 solutions for the application?
Not for the application. In general, as a company, we have other ideas in mind to implement in the future. But for SuperBid, we're starting with the most basic concept. We don't want to overcomplicate things. We don't want our scope to increase. We just want an influencer experience app to offer authentic experiences, authentic NFTs, authentic items, and then all made possible through the SuperBid token. That's the idea. So if we can achieve that, we don't need to make things complicated and do layer 2 stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're big ETH guys over here, all about the decentralization. So we love to hear that. And I'm in full agreement with everything you said about those different blockchains, including the centralization of Binance. So we're happy to see you on ETH. And so if you weren't able to go with ETH, if ETH didn't scale by the time that you guys want to launch your app, which is I think like Q3 or Q4 this year.
Yes, Q4.
What other chains would you be looking at?
I really don't think it'd be a problem at all, actually, because the first implementation of our app is going to be off-chain. So whenever someone is actually buying, the token which is used in the app, we'll just do things in the back end with the blockchain. So they won't actually see those fees. They won't see those slow times up front. We'll be doing all that stuff in the background. If that means that we have to implement our own blockchain, maybe we will, but it's definitely not in the plans right now. But for us, it's like no problem.
So one thing, I don't know if you guys did this on purpose or you thought about it, but being our ERC20, you can easily get on pretty much any exchange you want as long as you have enough, power or not power, but notability and holders and everything like that. Is that something you guys thought about by when you went on ERC20, or it was just mainly the fact that Binance is not decentralized and Ethereum is? And I think that was the correct move. I mean, I didn't create SuperBid, so I'm not the expert, but I think being able to now you can get on Coinbase, now you can get on you can get on Binance, but you know what I'm trying to say. It makes it much easier for you guys to actually be listed on these big name exchanges.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something, but also we had no idea how far we would get in 3 months. And we're all shocked with the amount of progress that we've gone through. I mean, this whole thing has changed my life. It's changed all of our lives just because of the attention and, the fun and the engagement. But, I think that if we deployed on a different blockchain, it would be no problem. Obviously, there are a ton of bridges around now, so we can just bridge our token to another network, add liquidity, list it wherever. But yeah, I mean, being an ERC20 token definitely gives us the ease of accessibility to other exchanges, which is 100% something that we are actively working on.
Awesome.
So you said you've been working on the team for about 3 months. What are some of the other highlights that have happened previously before the big fight? What were some of the lowlights, and how was your path to progression? Did you start with small influencers and work your way up? And how did that look like? What was the first huge deal you landed? If you could share some of that with us, that'd be great.
Yeah, so our first influencer is Natalia Janoszek. She is a Polish actress and model, and she was amazing. And she still is amazing. She's probably the most active influencer that we have in our communities, just because we have a personal relationship and she has a personal relationship with our team as well. We've developed that with her. And after her, we landed Jay Alvarez, and that was huge for us. That was like the first big influencer that we got. But, we thought that was the greatest, that we could do. Not saying that anyone that we had at the beginning was bad, just in terms of engagement, in terms of following and user acquisition. So we just let our minds go wild. And I think one of the key parts of allowing us to reach these influencers now is having Brandon Hampton on our team. Brandon has been doing this influencer relations, connecting people for the past 15 years of his life.
Wow.
And he knows people over the world. So I said Justin Bieber, he has connections. Snoop Dogg, he has connections. Everyone, he has connections to. So because we have him as our head of talent, and because now we have a personal relationship, he was in Miami with me. We got to meet for the first time. We've built this bond. He is dedicated to this project and ensuring that it succeeds. We have this perfect flow of information now and the perfect team to make this come into reality. We have smart devs working on the app. We have smart devs working on the website. We have, people that are doing influencer management. We have people that are doing various execution tasks and fighting fires. We have people that are doing marketing, and we have Brandon Hampton, who's making these connections, handing those influencers off to our influencer management. So it is like the perfect thing for us. I would say that developing that team, establishing that team with Brandon, Kinga, Jacob, Wojtek, and Patrick, myself, and then growing, expanding, having more developers is like the highlight for me. And actually coming on a call with them and realizing that this is so much more than a regular company to work for. This is like a different level because we're just nonstop. And we're working with people that are famous. And just thinking about that, thinking about how far we've come is keeping people motivated. And that's what I like the most about this project, is that I can see it in people's work ethic. I can see it in people's eyes that they're not working on SuperBid as a job. They're working on SuperBid because it's more of like their life.
Yeah, passion.
That means
so that's the highlight. Low light. It was very hard to get to where we are. We have had so many mistakes, so many fires, and we had at the beginning a small team to work those things out. I mean, even during the fight week with Logan, like there were some problems, and I couldn't be fully having fun in Miami. I had to work out those problems, think about them, and these are just things that we're gonna have to be accustomed to. That just having like the miscommunication, and also just understanding that we're new to this space, that we have to be humble, and that we're new to working with influencers. We have to be protected from a legal standpoint because anyone can do anything nowadays. There's definitely room for improvement. So I'm not saying that any of that is a problem now. I'm just saying that as we were forming this team, as we were pushing the project, and as we landed these huge partnerships, we started to think like, oh my God, this is crazy. We need to be on the straight path, and we all need to be on the same path. So right now we're doing, in order to resolve everyone's different ideas of what they have for the app and how they want to run things, we are now doing daily calls with everyone on the team, weekly calls to do a whole discovery process where we're looking at the entire big picture and we're saying, what's the vision? What's the customer? Who's this? Who's that? So that all 20 people, everyone on this team is aware of what's going on. So while we do have some lowlights, some problems, some miscommunication on occasion, we are actively resolving those problems because we don't have time to waste. And something else that I learned being a part of this team with these people is that it's not functioning like any company that I ever worked for. They get straight to the point. There's no beating around the bush. There's no running in circles. There's no like complaining about stuff. It's if you're upset about something, raise your hand, jump on a call, and let's get the thing figured out like right away. So we don't have time for it. And I love the mentality of our CEO and CTO. It's like the perfect thing for me because it keeps us on the same path. It keeps us organized.
That's awesome. From an investor standpoint, it's really exciting to hear how focused and dialed in and efficient your team is. That's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I just had an interview with Business Insider. Business Insider. I'm 25 years old. I had no clue that that I would be doing anything like this in my entire life. But now I'm here and it's happening and people are coming to us. So like I said, I only think for us, the way is up. Like we're on the Moon podcast. We literally put a billboard on Times Square that says "When Moon." When Moon. Did you guys see that?
I love that.
I've seen it. Yeah, not in person, but yeah, that is ridiculous. So that's awesome. We're also the team that brings memes and things like words into reality because we're mostly about action. So when Lambo, we've already achieved that because
our CEO has been very successful for many years, and he's already had one. So we've reached that status, right?
There already.
Check it off the list.
Yeah, not through SuperBid. When Moon, can we bring that into reality?
I think so.
I don't
think
know.
you're well on your way.
I think you've got something in mind.
Yeah.
I do,
So-
and I already have the plan, and everything is done. I'm 10 steps ahead.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna be
I'm
sitting
very
next to Jeff
excited about
Bezos.
this project. Yeah.
We'll see.
So
We'll
Max, talking about going to the moon, what does the future look like for SuperBid? I know you guys are working on your application right now, but do you have other short-term goals you guys are working on right now?
Absolutely. We want to land partnerships with enough people to give us access to 200 to 300 million potential users. So if that means partnering with so-and-so, then so be it. So you can expect from us over the past 3-4 months before the app is released, updates on development in general, and also updates on who our ambassadors are. So every single week we want to have something new. It's going to be hard to execute on that, but we're working our best to actually keep people engaged and keep the hype up, because we've created this perfect world where everyone is hyping us now. Like people, our community, people that are like involved in this, it's not just coming from us anymore. When they see that we have Logan Paul, they realize that we're legit and they want to go talk about it. So the marketing is done through us and the marketing is done through our community. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of that as we progress.
That's awesome. So is Twitter the best place to keep up with those weekly updates that you're going to be doing?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's dive into the app a little bit. So who is this app for? You said that you want to make it addictive, make it something that people are checking on. How do you plan on doing that?
So in general, SuperBid is an app for fans of influencers who want to get closer to their idols, like I said. It's a social experience app. So it gives fans access to authentic experiences, real interactions, and then items directly from these influencers. Unlike eBay or Cameo, our product already has access to top celebrities because we know how to reach them through Brandon and through other sources. And it allows fans to directly interact with them and have those authentic experiences. So I would say that this is our primary customer is this fan base, is the fan base of Logan Paul, is the fan base of Jay Alvarez, and all the other people that we're working with that we will announce eventually. And our goal is to make sure that people are 100% happy with what we're creating, 100% happy with it so that they will actually use it. If we have an app, that's great. Like anyone can build an app. The issue is, and the main challenge is, how do we make it the most engaging as possible? So we're looking into TikTok, we're looking into Twitter, we're looking into Instagram, just to see how did they do it? How did they retain these customers? How did they retain their users? And another fun fact is that when Facebook first launched, they had, I think it was a couple 100,000 users on the application for the first month or the first couple of weeks. And their valuation was multiple millions of dollars as a company.
Wow.
We already have access to 50 million, 100 million potential users. So as long as we get 1% of those people to download the app and participate in some auctions, we could be set, basically. And we could really not only establish ourselves as a crypto, but establish ourselves as this Google of social media or Facebook or whatever, like be actually alongside those players. And at the same time, bridge social media, bridge the mainstream world where 50% of the world is actually accessing social media, an active user of social media, with cryptocurrency, so that we are sending the message that crypto is not actually a scary thing. It's like actually a more efficient way of sending transactions, and that's it.
That's so cool. And I know that what influencer wouldn't want to dive deeper and connect with their niche, and what hardcore fans wouldn't want to get to know their favorite influencers, right? So providing that platform, I think, is just genius.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously people want to make money, right? So when OnlyFans came out, I don't know, they probably didn't have a ton of users at the beginning, but when people started to realize they could make money through it, now you have these huge celebrities on there auctioning off whatever and making millions of dollars every single year from it. So that's the effect that we might have with this app is people come to it, they posted on their Instagram that they're auctioning or they're doing some experience on SuperBid. They attract their fans to SuperBid, and they make 10K, 20K, and they can do that every day, any day, and it's totally fine. And for smaller influencers, doing something like that makes sense whenever, right? If I can make 1K and I'm a small influencer and I don't actually monetize my life yet, that's SuperBid is amazing for macro and micro influencers.
Totally.
But if for the larger influencers like celebrities, they come to our app and they realize that they make hundreds of thousands of dollars whenever they want, they're definitely going to stick around. But again, that's like not the main purpose of the app. The main purpose is for fan engagement, to make, SuperBid a fun place for people to connect.
I love it.
So turning to the broader crypto market, what are some projects you're excited about besides SuperBid next?
Ooh, tough question, because my head has been down in SuperBid for the past 3 months.
I'm sure.
Understandable.
Nothing comes to the top of my head. But let's see, my portfolio obviously is mainly Ethereum and Bitcoin. I think that those two are just totally key. And, if you're involved in, and if you're involved in crypto, like there's a lot of projects that are going to be doing something similar or something better. Like I do believe that there are competitors. There's definitely room for competition for Ethereum, especially. But I think Ethereum is like a super, super, super safe bet for anyone.
For sure.
There was a project that I was researching before I got involved in SuperBid, and it's called Delta. Delta was building, I believe, a decentralized options trading platform, and their tokenomics were inspiring. I broke them down and I realized that this whole mechanism of DeFi, decentralized finance, was super legit and could be applied to anything. A lot of DeFi products that you see aren't real DeFi. They're not actually generating revenue. They're just minting tokens and sending them to you, and that's it. And where does the money come from? The money comes from other investors. So what I realized with Delta is that Delta obtained its revenue through making transactions on the actual options trading platform. So when I saw that, I thought, okay, if they can actually market this thing and people use it, then I'm going to have a huge stake in this, and I can make a ton of revenue off of just sustainable revenue, regardless of whether the market crashes or increases in value, simply because people still options trade, people still margin trade regardless. So I really like Delta. I'm actually not sure where it is. One of my friends was working on that project and connected me to it. But other than that, really nothing. ETH, Ethereum, SuperBid. That's it.
Well, Delta sounds really interesting. I mean, especially in a bear market, people will be shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else. People still trade. And I feel like personally in a bear market, more people go to leverage because you can short. So, I mean, that could be something that performs really well.
Totally. I'm sorry if I
do that in America, besides like through KuCoin or a non-KYC, I think that would be killer. I think that'd be insane. I think that would.
Did you say about SuperBid?
What?
Did you say about something about KuCoin and SuperBid?
Oh, no, I meant like if there was an options trading platform for crypto. I think SuperBid's going to be insane no matter what. I mean, you have my full support, and I even put like 0.1 ETH in my wallet just to buy it right after this this interview, because I'm all.
You hear that? Everyone,
I'm definitely picking up some as well. So is Uniswap the only way that we can get our hands on it right now, or are there any centralized exchanges?
I'd say that's the best way to do it right now, just because it's like 98% of our volume is there, and it's the easiest way. For those of you that already know how to use it, it's super easy.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know how to use Uniswap, Ryan and I just put together this incredible website, resource, educational platform that I'm going to drop a link to, where you can get from cash all the way into Uniswap through a centralized exchange. So if you want to get your hands on SuperBid and don't know how, that is how you can figure out how to do it. And then all you have to do is head over to the SuperBid website. Let me see if I can add my screen right here. And then we can go buy tokens, buy on Uniswap, and they automatically do it for you. It puts the token address in, and then you can connect your MetaMask and then swap from whatever other Ethereum-based token you have. So it's super easy. to get your hands on SuperBid. And I know this is one that I'm personally very bullish on, and I'm going to be picking up some over the next couple of weeks. So Max, thank you so much for coming on. This was totally incredible. I loved chatting with you today, and we hope to get you back on in the future. Make sure you check out SuperBid. The link is in the description below. Do you have anything else that you want to share with with Zinger Nation before we let you go?
Yeah, I mean, just one more thing that I want to drive home is just that SuperBid is connecting the mainstream with crypto. And that's one of our goals here, is to give people easy access to this app, which is going to be super engaging for others, and to really drive home that we are legitimate players in this space. And you'll see us everywhere soon.
I love it. Max, thank you so much. Great talking to you today. We'll see you soon.
Thanks so much, Logan.
Just bought some.
See you guys.
Yep.
See ya. All right, everyone. We really hope you enjoyed that episode, that interview. I know I sure did. So make sure you smash the like button for all that value we provided. And so this can be shared via the algorithm with other people who want to see this type of content. So smash the like button, drop a comment, and check out SuperBid on Twitter. Their website is in the description, and we are going to drop a link for their live stream later on this afternoon, where they are announcing their next biggest influencer. That's all I have for today, guys. Do you have anything to add?
Follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to get to 1 million followers on Twitter, so please help me out. Ryan,
Yeah, same here. I'm trying to get us all verified, so follow us.
All right, 1 million followers and Lambo soon. Thank you guys all for watching Moon or Bust. Stick around on the Benzinga YouTube channel. We've got some great content coming up for you the rest of the afternoon. I'm about to go test drive a McLaren 720S, so I got to hop off the stream. Brian's like, I'm not actually going to get to drive it, guys, but Benzinga's doing a review on it, and I just want to go look at it and listen to it. I wish that I could drive it. Maybe someday. Thank you guys all so much for watching. We love you. Peace out, Zinger Nation. We'll see you on Monday at 2 o'clock.